What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Carpenters Apprentice. We're here with famous Amos, the juiced up ninja. He's doing some big things here in San Antonio, and it's a damn pleasure just to have him here in the studio. Sir, thank you for joining us. Please take a seat. All right, why don't you tell the folks a little bit about yourself and what you're up to?
Definitely. So like Roy said, I'm famous Amos, the juiced up ninja. That's what they call me. I'm the founder of Famous Juice Company, a raw cold pressed juice company here in San Antonio. Also in the process of starting a hemp apparel company that helps educate people about hemp. Some of our first products with that business will be hemp flour and pre-rolled hemp joints, as well as hemp flour in bulk. Another thing that I'm involved in is American Ninja Warrior, competed in season 9. And I'm also a tumbling and parkour coach at the District, is a rock climbing gym near the Pro Brewery.
What things get your attention and make you pursue them?
So I would say what really drives me is making an impact. So I was born and raised right here in San Antonio. So what's really important to me and what really drives me is just creating a positive impact for my community here. So part of that is, with my personal brand, myself, my lifestyle, is just kind of leading by example and showing people that you can be a plant-based athlete, and also that fitness doesn't have to be this traditional way of, just lifting weights. We do a lot of playful things. We do a lot of games. Parkour and tumbling is a really big part of that, but also just introducing people to new ways to be healthier. So that includes, juicing and a plant-based lifestyle.
And what was the coolest thing or the biggest lesson you learned from your experience on American Ninja Warrior? Can you tell the folks a little bit about that too?
Definitely, yeah. So American Ninja Warrior was a very interesting experience. I definitely felt ready physically, but mentally I really underestimated the challenge. And so I think the biggest thing I learned from there was learning how to control my nerves as well as get more ready mentally for the challenge. I felt very ready physically, but mentally it was a whole nother ballpark. So I think the biggest takeaway was learning to get prepared mentally for that challenge.
And are you ready for this next upcoming one?
Definitely, yeah. So getting ready for season 10, which just passed. I actually blew out my knee. I just had knee surgery about 6 months ago. And so what I had been doing was getting into some smaller competitions, as many competitions as I could, to expose myself to these uncomfortable environments that kind of put me in a similar state as when I competed on Ninja Warrior in season 9. That was my first time in my first competition setting. So just getting into different places in Houston and Dallas and Austin, all these different gyms that I'd never been to before, and then having to perform in front of people that I've never met before, helped me to get out of that comfort zone and kind of learn to perform under that kind of pressure. So I'm definitely feeling a lot better. I've also been on the course in Las Vegas as well as the course in Dallas. So just being on set of Ninja Warrior really helps just get comfortable in that environment.
And speaking about pressurized environments, you are bringing pre-rolled hemp flour here, right? So what is that like for you?
Yeah, so right now I am a distributor for hemp flour. So hemp flour, a lot of people don't know the difference between hemp and marijuana. So let me just quickly touch on that. Hemp, according to the federal government, is anything that is under 0.3 THC is considered industrial hemp. Now, industrial hemp can be used for a variety of purposes. It can be used as a sustainable building material. It can be used as sustainable clothing, which is what will be coming out. But one of the connections that I made through networking for my hemp apparel company was for the hemp flour. The hemp flour actually looks exactly like medical marijuana. It looks like it's buds and it's flower form, and it's a herb that you can smoke or you can vape, but it doesn't get you high because it has less than 0.3 THC. You're just going to get all the effects, the positive effects of CBD, and without the negative side effects of THC. Luckily, the negative side effects of THC aren't too terrible, but some of those negative side effects that people experience might be like dry eyes, cotton mouth, the munchies, which can be a pro for some people, the sedative effect, which again can be a pro for some people, but some of these also short-term memory loss. Some of these are the negative side effects that come from THC, where CBD doesn't have any of those negative side effects. You can smoke the hemp flower or vape it, and you just kind of get your stresses really mellowed out. If you have any kind of anxiety or depression, it really helps uplift your mood. It's also really good for PTSD. So it's just a way for people to use cannabis without experiencing the psychoactivity of it. So there's a huge demographic of people out there that want to experience the medical benefits of cannabis but aren't necessarily interested in being high, and that's where we come in to meet that need.
And where are these going to be available? When are they going to be available, and for how much?
Yeah, so right now you can go and buy hemp flower at Alamo Botanicals in Stone Oak. I distribute to them, as well as their location that they just opened up in New Braunfels. You can buy it under them, under their brand. Soon, in the next month or so, we'll have our own branded packaging. Our packaging will actually be made out of hemp plastic, so we can use it as not only is it sustainable packaging, but we can use it as an educational tool to teach people like hemp isn't just cannabis really isn't just something we use to get high, whether it's recreationally or medically. It's also a building material, as I mentioned, and it's also a sustainable packaging. Our pre-rolled mini hemp joints will be packaged in hemp cardboard. So everything, the goal with my company is called MJ's, is to make as many different products from hemp as possible. So you can find them at Alamo Botanicals. An eighth of that goes for about $35, $45, kind of just depends on the strain. We will have our pre-roll five pack of mini pre-rolls. Those will go for about $35, and we'll also have vape cartridges as well.
Now, I've smoked CBD joints before, and they tasted like shit. What's the deal with these?
Yeah, so our quality is much higher than what most people find with with hemp flower. Really, I would just have to bring you samples. You can see the difference, but it tastes...
And we'll take them.
Yeah, it tastes phenomenal, and it tastes really good. There's definitely a lot of really bad, low-quality hemp flower out there, and Alamo Botanicals, they have a really high standard for the kind of products they push out. So just the fact that Alamo Botanicals would carry our flower is kind of proof that it's really premium flower.
Okay, awesome. And how much can you get it for, did you say, at Alamo Botanicals?
It's between $35 to $45 an eighth.
And what happens if we wanted to buy your product when it comes out? How could anybody get a hold of you for that?
Yeah, so it'll be available in packaged at Alamo Botanicals. We'll also have an online store, and then you can also get it from our juice bar, which is inside of the district. It's a rock climbing gym. That's where our commercial kitchen is at, and that's where we also have our smoothie and acai bar. We'll have a lot of our CBD products available there as well.
At any point during any of these journeys, like when your knee blew out or when you're going into this hemp-based thing, which is fucking a landmine, a field of landmines, right? Definitely. Did you ever feel like you couldn't do it?
Always. Yeah, there's always that question of like, it's a huge uncertainty. It's one thing going into business for yourself. It's another thing getting into an industry like the cannabis industry, where it's very, there's a lot of regulations, there's a lot of things going on lawfully. You got to be very careful. So there's definitely a lot of uncertainty, unknown things, but man, that's what excites me. I love the uncertainty, I love the unknown, and for me, when I go into a situation where there's a lot of unknown factors, I see opportunity, whereas a lot of people feel fearful.
God damn it, man, I don't even know what else to say about that. You are one interesting motherfucker. You guys, we'll see you soon.